Hello, I'm Dave Mills, Technology Librarian for the West Wyandotte branch of the Kansas City, Kansas Public Library. Computers have been part of our working lives now for about the past 35 to 40 years. And if you feel like you need help with your computer skills, allow me to introduce you to two web resources that can help you out. One web resource you can use to enhance your computer skills is the Computer Skills Center from the LearningExpress Library. I've just logged into my account, so we're going to learn more about the Computer Skills Center. And of course, upon successful login, we arrive at My Center. And remember, My Center shows you your progress that you've made in all the databases courtesy of the LearningExpress Library. And as you scroll up and down, you'll see that there is a section for computer learning. It's called Computer Courses. Right now, if you look at my screen, I'm in the midst of two computer classes. One is Microsoft Office 365 Word, and the other is Microsoft Excel 2016 Basic. I just started these classes the other day, and I hope to complete these classes by the end of the week. But to get to the Computer Skills Center, there are a couple different ways you can get there. One is if you point your mouse at centers and then guide your mouse down to the Computer Skills Center, a side menu opens up showing the five sets of categories you can learn from. And those categories are Get Started with Your Computer, Get Started with the Internet, Popular Software Tools, Learn Computer Graphics and Illustration, and Understanding Your Operating System. And you can glide your mouse over here to the right and click on any one of these choices, but there's also another way to get to these choices. And that is, if you click on the Home button at the top of your screen, the LearningExpress homepage loads, and if you scroll down to the bottom, the Computer Skills Center is going to be down at the lower left-hand corner. And when you click on that, that brings up the same choices as with the other way. And you can see the same categories right there. Let's take a look at these classes that are offered in the Computer Skills Center. I'll start by clicking on Get Started with Your Computer. And you can see the topics that are offered. And then I'll go ahead and go down to Get Started with the Internet. And you can see the various topics there: discovering the Internet, email, social media, Internet safety. Popular software tools. This is a big section. It covers the Microsoft Office suite and all the programs there. And we'll come back to this part of the screen in just a moment. Another area to explore is learning computer graphics and illustration, and this is courtesy of Adobe. We have the Illustrator CS5 and CS6, and also lessons for Photoshop CS5 and CS6. And then finally, the final category is understanding your operating system, with lesson plans for Windows 7, Windows 8, and Windows 10. I'm going to return to Popular Software Tools, and you can see the various classes that are offered here. Topics included are Microsoft Access, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Office 365, Microsoft OneDrive, Microsoft Outlook, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Project, Microsoft SharePoint Designer, Microsoft Visio, and Microsoft Word. So let's explore one of these classes. So I'm going to go ahead and go over to the PowerPoint section up here in the upper right hand corner, and I'm going to click on PowerPoint 2016. That takes me to a page, PowerPoint 2016, and if I look at the courses offered, it just says one computer course right there, and the name of the computer course is Microsoft PowerPoint 2016 course. And I don't find that satisfactory, so sometimes you might have to go to a previous version to get a more thorough lesson plan. And for here, I'm going to go ahead and go up to the top of my screen, and I'm going to click on the drop down right next to PowerPoint 2016, and here are the other classes for PowerPoint. And so I'm going to go ahead and click on PowerPoint 2013. That loads a new page, and there are 4 computer classes here. Microsoft PowerPoint 2013 Advanced, Basic, Intermediate, and then a 4th one that reads What's New in Microsoft PowerPoint 2013. Now, one thing, if you do plan to use the Computer Skills Center for your computer learning needs, you need to plan time for it. And my point is this. If you look underneath the Microsoft PowerPoint 2013 Advanced, in very small print, it'll say total course time, 5 hours and 49 minutes. Or another example, if you look at Microsoft PowerPoint 2013 Basic, you'll see that the total course time here is 6 hours, 34 minutes, and 52 seconds. In other words, you need to plan your time out in order to learn some of these software tools. But we're going to go ahead and continue, and let's explore one of these classes. And I'm going to go ahead and start the tutorial for Microsoft PowerPoint 2013 Basic. So I click Start Tutorial. And that loads an introduction to the class. And basically, the folks at LearningExpress are in agreement with a company called K-Lions. And the folks at K-Lions have composed all these videos to teach you how to learn computers. So let me give you a demonstration here. I'm going to click play.
Hello, and welcome to the Microsoft PowerPoint 2013 Basic course.
And that was your instructor, and she was delivering an introduction to the class right there. And a little bit about what you see on your screen. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here. Basically, the title of the class at the top, and then status, it says 0% completed. I'm going to come back to that in just a moment. And then over here to the right is a table of contents collapsible menu. And I'm going to expand this menu to show you what I'm talking about here. Basically, this is a chapter-by-chapter listing of everything that you'll learn through Microsoft PowerPoint 2013. And so right now we're at the very top here, starting with PowerPoint Basics. I'm going to collapse this menu so we can get our screen back. And then some other things. You can play or pause the video based on your needs. And then also the video also comes with text so you can read along, and also closed captioning in the video itself for those who are hearing impaired. And then the final element of the screen is a navigation button or navigation buttons down at the bottom of the screen. So we have a previous button and we have a next button. I'm going to go ahead and click next. And that takes us to the next segment of the class, and she's introducing us to the first chapter of the learning experience here. And so there we go, and of course you can see the text that's down below right there, and notice that the previous button is available so I can navigate back to the first video if I wanted to. I'm going to go ahead and go to the next video, so I'm going to click next.
The first thing you have to know about using PowerPoint 2013 is...
And she's delivering the PowerPoint presentation. And be aware, some of these lesson plans are for previous operating systems like Windows 7 and Windows 8. I realize that a lot of people have upgraded to Windows 10, so there might be some out-of-date issues with the software, but still the learning opportunities are still there. And so we're starting to learn about PowerPoint 2013. And basically, let me check out the table of contents here and see if anything's happening here. As you progress through the lessons here, notice that I'm now on the looks like fourth line there, where it says finding PowerPoint there. And when I progress to the next lesson, it'll say starting from scratch, and so on and so forth right there. I'm going to go ahead and go back to my center. And it took me to my computer courses since I was in that category to start off with. And it shows my Microsoft PowerPoint basic class right there, and it says it's in progress. And here are the other two classes that I talked about earlier, the 365 Word class and the Excel 2016 basic class. I'm going to go ahead and try to resume my Excel class, so I'm going to click on the link right here. And then up here in the status area, it says that I'm 14% completed through the class right there. And if I click on the table of contents to the right, it actually puts a check mark next to the sections of the classes that I completed right there. The LearningExpress Library is an excellent resource for learning about technology and computers. Whether you're learning about a new Microsoft Office program, or whether you're learning computer basics, or even learning about Windows 10, the operating system. But there's also another resource that's available on the web that can help you to learn about technology as well. And so if you go up to your browser and go up to the address bar and type in the following, gcflearnfree.org, you'll find an excellent resource to learn about computers. The Goodwill Community Foundation sponsors this site, and once again the website is gcflearnfree.org, and they've been sponsoring the site now for roughly about 20 years. And various nonprofit entities use the site for the purpose of learning about computers and also learning about other skills and during your adult working life. And so one thing I want to show you is it does gauge your learning if you want to keep track of what you do learn. And to do that, I'm scrolling down to the bottom of the page here, and over here on the right I'm clicking on a link that says My Account. And a new tab opens up and a web page opens up, and you can register your name and your email. And then once you complete a course here at gcflearnfree.org, you'll actually receive a certificate of completion. And so, if you'll have to log in, of course, with your username and password. And if you don't have an account, you can always sign up. But for the purpose of learning about this site too, let me show you how this site operates. First of all, I'm back on the home page here, and I'm going to scroll down about roughly 2/3 of the way down. And one of the things that you'll see is a kind of a rotating banner here, which showcases courses that this website offers. So, for example, right now I see Getting Started with Zoom, Basic HTML, a Google Docs class, and also a subject class called Why Do People Troll? And you can see that this rotating banner switches about once every roughly 10 seconds here. If you're interested in the class, just click on View Tutorial, and you're taken to that class listing right there. And I'll talk about class listings in just a moment. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and return back to the home page. And then another thing to consider with this website is it does divide up the topics into 4 major categories: technology, work, core skills, and reading and math. Now, technology does talk about things like Microsoft Office, email, internet, and computers and online safety. The next subject, work, talks about things like career planning, job search, applying for jobs, your workplace skills, work life. So that's an interesting topic as well. The third topic is core skills. And here we're talking about things like math and writing and everyday life, things that you need in your adult working life. The fourth category, reading and math, takes you into situations where proper English or proper use of math might help you during your career as well. And then there's a fifth link called All Topics, and if you click on that, that will take you to a table of contents page, if you will, of all the topics that the Goodwill Community Foundation covers in their site here. And so it starts with computers and emails, and the topics are in bold with the coursework listed below. And you can see there's some various categories here. And then over here on the right, it gets into other things associated with your working life. So like the job search, money, workplace skills, and smartphone and tablets and things like that. So the categories are various here. And also, over here on the right-hand side, they do have a section for various foreign languages. So for example, there's a class for Spanish speakers, a class for French speakers, and you can see some of the other language options there as well. But since we're on this page, I want to show you how this web page operates in terms of computer technology. And so you can see the topics here. I'm going to focus my attention on Office 2013. And so I have to scroll down a bit. And here it is, and it offers 4 tutorials: Access, Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. I'm going to click on the Word lesson plan, and that brings me into the class right there. And basically, each lesson is divided up into chapters here. And the higher the number of the chapter, the more advanced the topic might be. And so, for example, this is Microsoft Word. And so I'm going to go ahead and click on Saving and Sharing Documents, lesson number 6 right here. And it takes me into the lesson plan. And the first thing that you might see is a video. Most of the videos here on the site are roughly between 3 minutes and 6 minutes long. And basically, the Goodwill Community Foundation has its own YouTube site where it can embed the videos into the lesson plan here. And so I'll go ahead and click this just for a little bit.
Goodwill Community Foundation, creating opportunities for a better life.
It's important to save your work frequently, in case Word or your computer shuts down unexpectedly. But there's more than one way to save in Word 2013. You can also save and share your documents online,
so you could play the videos if you wanted to, and this is roughly what it looks like, about a 4-minute video right here. Or if you're a reader and learn by reading, you can scroll down and read the lesson plans that is typed out on the screen right there. And like I said, once you've completed all the lesson plans for like Microsoft Word, you're eligible for a certificate which the good folks at GCF LearnFree will email to you. For further assistance with your PC, smartphone, tablet, or any technology need, please give the library a call at 913-295-8250. Or you can go to our website at www.kckpl.org, and there you can look up our programming blog for further assistance with a lot of the technology. This is Dave Mills. Thank you for your time.